Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to Learn to Read Quran. So what are we going to do in our lesson today? Let's have a look. We are doing this unit, Unit 12D. It is the page on Ikhfaa. And you're like, oh no, another word. Yes, I'm sorry. These are the rules of Meme and Noon. We do have to go through them, but don't worry, we're nearly at the end of them. And then it's really exciting because once we've done those rules, we're going to start reading surahs from the Quran. So this is that necessary part. Might be a little bit, clunk, clunk. We have to go through it. Ikhfa, like I've said here, this is a transliteration of a word in Arabic. It means to hide, or yeah, to hide is a good word. And we'll see why when we start looking at the rule. So let's have a look. We're used to now seeing a noon with nothing on because the last few lessons we've been looking at that. We had a mental checklist. Let me remind you of it. If you see a noon with nothing on, and by extension, that means we need to think about sliding tanweens. If we see that, then we must look and see what is the letter that comes after this noon with nothing on, or these sliding tanweens, or the two open damma tanween. If it is a letter with a shadda, then we know what to do. If it is a wow or a ya, and also then we know what to do because we did that in last time's lesson. But in this case, if you have a look, the letter after it is neither a letter with a shadda nor a letter with a wow or a ya. So in this case, if you have this scenario where you have a noon with nothing on, and there is no letter with shadda following it, and there is no wow, and there is no ya, then you are going to hold the ghunnah. So that is the option that's left for you. Like I said before, the rules of noon and meme are all to do with holding ghunnah, and 99% of the time you will be holding the ghunnah when you see a noon with nothing on. So this is that rule. Why is it called hiding? Because the noon isn't fully clear. And the reason for that is that it is hidden behind the next letter. Oh gosh, what does that mean? Well, that means that yes, you do hold the ghunnah, but your tongue is going towards the place of the next letter. Now, it will become clear as we look at these examples. As with all things, I think theory has its place, but pretty pointless if you don't put it into practice. So I will read this first example. We have the meme with the kasra, the noon with nothing on. So this is mim, and you hold the ghunnah here. Why is it hidden? Because my tongue is actually going towards pronouncing the letter dal that's coming after it. So my tongue is going towards that letter dal. So I'll read the full example, and I'm sure as we go through the examples, this will become clear. So I have min du ni. Let's move on. We have a hamza with a fatha, a noon with nothing on. There is no letter with shadda after it. There is no wow. There is no ya. So I'm going to hold the ghunnah, and my tongue will go towards the letter ta. So I have tadkhulu. Hopefully everybody remembered that a dal with a sukoon gets the qalqala. Everyone remembered that an alif here with this circle on means that we pretend there is no alif at all in pronunciation. Let's have a look at this last example on line 1. I have an ayn with a noon, and because there's no letter with shadda and there's no waw or ya, I'm holding the ghunnah. But again, with a note to the fact that this is the rule of hiding, I am hiding my noon in the place of the next letter. And the next letter is a dhal, and the dhal is pronounced with the tongue through the teeth. So actually, my tongue is going to be through my teeth while I hold the ghunnah. So this is what it will sound like. An dhikri. And one of the benefits actually of putting your tongue in the place of the next letter, like here in this example that we've just read, was the letter Zal, where the tongue is through the teeth. That means that while I hold the ghunnah, my tongue is in readiness to pronounce the next letter, and it makes it more seamless in the pronunciation because I don't have to make the movement of my tongue. The tongue is already there. It's a bit like, I guess, for example, if you've ever carried very heavy shopping bags and you're holding them tight in your hand, and then when you finally put them down after a while, it takes a while for the fingers to unfurl, for the fingers to sort of come out of that clenched position because the muscle has got used to clenching your fingers tight while you're holding those heavy bags of shopping. But it's a bit like that with the tongue. So the tongue is purely muscle. If I hold the ghunnah in, say, the place of noon only, then when I go to pronounce another letter, I will have to take time for me to move my tongue to the place of that next letter. This way, it actually makes the reading seamless. My tongue is already in the place of the next letter while I resound the ghunnah, and the ghunnah is made just in the nose. So while the ghunnah is going on, my tongue is waiting patiently to make the sound of the next letter. Okay, enough of me talking. Let's try line number 2. We have wal unsa. So this alif here gave me the 2-count stretch. Let me just take off some of my scribblings and let's have a look at this example again just to understand what was happening. So this noon with nothing on, which is the point of this page, isn't it? We're learning what to do with this noon with nothing on. It's come before the letter th, and th is made with the tongue through the teeth. So my tongue was waiting patiently between my teeth, getting ready to say the th while I resounded the noon. So this is, or the ghunnah, should I say, not the noon. This is well. I'm joining up to the lam, the hamzat al-wasl we know. We're not going to pronounce it. And while I'm making the ghunnah in my nose, the humming noise that comes from my nose, my tongue is actually between my teeth. So untha. Let's try the next one. We have well in la. So in this case, the noon with nothing on, what follows it is the letter Jim. Now, Jim is made from the middle of the tongue up, facing the part of the roof of the mouth that that comes above it. So that is where my tongue is rising up in the middle while I'm holding the ghunnah on the noon, because my tongue goes into the place of the next letter, and the next letter was the Jim. Let's carry on. We have fa, man, ja, hu. So we had the 4-count stretch here. We had the 2-count stretch here. But also more importantly, let's look at this noon with nothing on, and what came after it was the letter Jim. So my tongue, the middle of my tongue rises up while I am pronouncing that ghunnah, getting ready to say the letter Jim. Okay, hopefully you're getting an idea of how this is working. So let's have a look. On this line, we're looking at the tenween. We know that if we have a sliding tenween, we also need to look at the letter that comes after that sliding tenween, just as we did with the noon with nothing on. If it's a letter with a shadda, we know what to do. If it's a wow or a ya, we know what to do. But here in these examples, you're not going to find a letter with a shadda. You're not going to find a wow or a ya. You're going to be holding the ghunnah in the place of the next letter. So I have ma, ka, nin, sa, hi, qin. Okay, so I held the ghunnah here. Then I have bi, غير عمد ترونها. Got two count stretch there. So here is where we're holding the ghunnah. My tongue was going towards the ta while I'm resounding the ghunnah in my nose. And that's how this example plays out. Well, let's have a look at the next line again, all about the tanweens. Here we've got two open dhammas. So when we have two open dhammas, we know we must look and see what letter comes next. And if it's not a letter with a shadda, if it's not a waw or a ya, we will be holding the ghunnah. So we have ha, sa, na, tun, ta, su, hum. Hopefully nobody got waylaid by this wow. We don't pronounce the wow because of the hamza sat on top of it. That is the letter that we need to look at, and it has a sukoon. That's why we got that sharp noise there. We'll carry on. We have ba. There's the sharp noise of the hamza. Hopefully you can hear this. Ba. Sam. Sha. Di. Dan. Okay. So on this line, line 5, we really will get to see how the importance of putting your tongue into the place of the next letter, into the position, into the shape of the next letter, how it really makes a difference. So here we have lah, and then we have mim with two sliding fathas. So we know the rule. We look and see what comes next. Now the letter that comes next is the letter ba. Now with ba being a thick, heavy letter, it means that the back of my tongue is rising up. And actually, in the case of ba, both middle and back of my tongue are rising up, becoming thick. So the whole of the sound is like echoing and filling your mouth. It's elevated, that whole sound. And that is also how the ghunnah will sound. It will also sound thick and heavy because my tongue is in the shape of the letter ta while I'm resounding the ghunnah. So we have, from the beginning of this example, we have lah, maum. Hopefully you can all hear that thickness of the ghunnah. It wasn't man, which is where I keep my tongue flat. But when I thicken up my tongue as if I'm about to say the letter ta, I get this thick, heavy noise. Maum. So this is how that whole idea of hiding the ghunnah or the noon or the tanween in the place of the next letter. The ghunnah, sorry, is in the nose. You're not hiding the ghunnah, that's in the nose. But you're hiding the noon, the tanween in the place of the next letter. Your tongue is taking the shape of the next letter. So the whole of this example is lah, maum, ta, riyan. This is a double ya because of the shadda. Riyan. Okay, let's carry on. We have mi, ro. There's our 4 count stretch. Hopefully you all saw that. And then I have a hamza with the two sliding fathas. So let's just take off some of this so we can see what's going on. So we have the hamza with two sliding fathas. Notice it's not carrying an alif. Have you seen? Look, if I put that alif in there, you'll think to yourself, oh yes, this hamza has no alif with its double fatha. Now that's not, surprisingly, a typo. It is actually how it is. Hamza doesn't always carry that alif next to it. Hamza's a really, really quite small but pushy, isn't it? It does its own thing. So the letter hamza here hasn't got an alif, and that is sometimes how you will see a hamza without the supporting alif, even though it has the double fatha. So we have mi, ro, Why am I making that noise? Well, I'm holding the ghunnah because I must hold the ghunnah on this tanween, and my tongue is taking the shape of the letter va. So it's an ah noise letter. That's the noise that accompanies all of those thick, heavy letters, because that is the sound that you get when you thicken up the back of your tongue. So that sound pushes itself onto the ghunnah because my tongue is in the shape of the va while I'm pronouncing the ghunnah. So we have from the beginning of this example, and we'll finish this example in one go. We have mi, ro, vo. 2 count stretch that's thick and heavy because of the vo. He, run. And we've spoken before about if we have these sliding tenweens at the end of our example and why I am just pronouncing it clearly. I think I've said it a few times. I don't think I need to say it on this page here. Okay, let's keep going. I, ma, lam, for, li, han. So there you go. We had the same thing here on this example where we had the tanween of fatha and we're holding the ghunnah on this tanween, but because it's followed by the letter sad, which is thick and heavy, then our thick, heavy noise is also part of that ghunnah noise as well. We'll look at the other examples here on line 6. They will also give us the examples when you're holding the ghunnah behind a thick, heavy letter. So we have Moundudin. So this noon with nothing on, followed by the bod, the ghunnah became thick and heavy. Shay'in qadirun. So again here, the tanween on the hamza became the ghunnah that I'm holding becomes thick and heavy because the tongue is taking the shape of the qaf. And you'll know if you're getting it right because when you hold the ghunnah and then you go to say, so in this example, then you go to say the letter qaf, your tongue won't move inside your mouth. It will already be in the place of the qaf, so you just have to resound the qaf at that point. Okay, so that is the rules of Ikhfaa. Hang on, let's just bring the screen down so you can see it. Ikhfaa, the hiding of the noon behind the next letter, holding the ghunnah. And we've seen here on lines 5 and 6 how that really does make a difference in the sound when the ghunnah that you're holding is followed by a thick, heavy letter. So on these next 2 lines here, on these last 2 lines here, we're covering hiding the meme. So this is when you will see you have a meme with nothing on. Now, we know that meme is a simple chap, doesn't have as many rules as the noon and tanween. So we have found that when we find a meme with nothing on and we look at the next letter, that next letter will always be a meme with a shadda if it is a letter with shadda. But you also have this situation where you have a meme with nothing on, and look, it's not a meme with a shadda, it's actually the letter ba. So this is the other situation where a meme won't have any vowel or any sukoon written on it. And what do you do in this situation? Well, very simply, you hold the ghunnah. So we have hum bi mu mi ni na. So let's just focus a little bit on this meme with nothing on, followed by the letter ba. So the letter ba will always come after this meme with nothing on. Those are the 2 scenarios of meme with nothing on. Either a meme with nothing on is followed by a meme with shadda, and we know what to do there. Or we have this scenario where we have a meme with nothing on and it's followed by the letter ba. So we hold the ghunnah on the meme, and when we finish holding the ghunnah, we say the ba seamlessly. What do I mean by that? I mean that when I see my students open up their lips after holding the ghunnah and then close them again to say the letter ba, because ba is obviously on the lips, then I have to pick on that and say, sorry, that's not how that should be. When you finish resounding the ghunnah and your lips are closed for this meme that you're holding the ghunnah on, don't open up your lips. Just seamlessly then go and say the ba after it. Okay, let's carry on for this next example. We have I lay him bil ithmi. So this is the point that we're looking at, aren't we? We're looking at this meme. Well, obviously, we're looking at the whole word. We want to be able to pronounce the whole word, but the main focus is this letter meme that has nothing on, it's followed by the ba. Hold the ghunnah on the meme, and then before you open up your lips, say the ba and carry on to the rest of the words. Okay, ready for the big time, everybody? Because this line here is all in one go. What do I mean by that? Well, there's lots of different words, but this is part of an ayah. So you are reading not just singular words now. These words all come next to each other like this in the Quran. So let's have a look at it. There are a few of the rules all here, all the holding rules that we've done, the Ikhfaa rules. We have wa, fi, two stretch, the, li, kum, ba. So there you go. We had a meme with nothing on, followed by the ba. I held the ghunnah on the meme, and then once I'd held the ghunnah, how long do you hold the ghunnah? You might have that question. Have I answered that question? I actually can't remember. The ghunnah is held for 2 counts. And that basically means if you think about the rhythmical nature of the recitation of Quran, where we've talked about 2 count stretches, 4 count stretches, well, the ghunnah is held for a 2 count hold. But please, please be generous with that 2 counts, because if you're a bit mean with that 2 counts, it will sound like you're not holding the ghunnah at all. And that, if nothing else, would be an absolute shame, because the ghunnah is one of the ways that that recitation of Quran is beautified. Beautified. Did I say that correctly? Yes, beautified. Okay, so we have, from the beginning of this example, we have wa fi dhalikum ba la. I nearly put 2. Did you see that? This is a 4 stretch. Ba la Oof, you've got to have your brain ready here, people, because 2 open dhammas. What did I do? I looked straight away to see what letter came next. It was a meme with a shadda. So that means I'm going to join up to the meme, aren't I? So this becomes and I'm holding the ghunnah. Use one of the dhammas. You don't use the second one. You use one of the dhammas and you join into the meme. If you think to yourself, what is she talking about? Please go back on the idgham number 1 video. Please do that. So we have me. We have a noon with nothing on. What are we going to do? Look and see what comes next. Is there a letter with a shadda? Yes, there is. So we can miss that noon out. So that then joins up. We have mirabbi kum. Do I have to think about this meme? Do I have to see what comes next? No, I don't. There is a sukoon. I can just say it as it is. Mun. There was a lot going on there, wasn't there? So I'm going to rub all of this out. It's taking me a while to rub this out, but it's all right. Keep looking at the example. We're going to read it again. I'll do it slowly so that you know exactly what is going on. We have wa, fi, the, li, kum, ba, la, mir, rabbi, kum, azimun. Phew! Alhamdulillah, we've managed to read part of an ayah of the Quran. I mean, all these examples are from Quran, but I think that last line is the longest in one go that we've read. So well done, everyone. Pat yourself on the back. Be thankful to Allah that you've managed to get this far, and keep on practicing. Please, please, please keep on practicing. And inshallah, I'll see you all again next time. Assalamu alaikum.